Yeah, I don't know if you want to go over draft or not.
Up to
Yes.
you, sure. Let's see.
Yeah, we can start maybe just a little bit. I think it's a little less important, but yeah.
You wanna go as two? No one else coming?
I think he'll come whenever he gets home.
I see. Okay. Um,
Yeah, we can start though.
okay,
I'm
so
going to
I'm
record.
sharing stream, right? To his never use Discord stream. I will try go live. Let's see. Does it work for everyone or only for you?
Everyone in the call.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Okay.
ch- okay.
Okay, I heard some sound. Uh-huh. Spectators. I see you. Okay, so about draft, I can't say too much things because I didn't play competitive for some time now, so I'm not following meta too strong. But some basic things I can say.
Okay. I can tell you about um, the game. So it's play best of two, and we won the first game against them.
Mhm.
Um, they they pick Jakiro Tusk first phase, and then they went Zeus Jug Razor, and we first faced SK Undying, and I think we went Lena Lifestealer and then Ember. Um,
Mhm.
and then they went. So game two, they went to their offlaner likes playing like Legion a lot, I think. But and he also likes playing Axe. So we banned Axe, and then I think Caudal Strong, and they banned my Potom, and then they lost to Lifestealer last game.
Mhm.
So we
Well,
tried to focus their off lane, I think, more, like ensuring that our safe lane got a better game because they played their tempo was like more from their offlaner.
I see. Well, I think also every region have a little bit different play style usually,
Yeah.
so it's not so easy for me to give like a good mark about draft or whatsoever. I know that um, like overall how basic drafts looks like.
Hmm.
If you're not doing all in anything, like you just want to have pretty well balanced draft overall. In pretty balanced drafts, you want to have as much as possible lane shows, heroes who can clean waves, who have out pushes
Hmm.
fast, especially from range and stuff like this. Like for example, Lina is a good example of this, but she have other weaknesses. Let's say you want to have like disables, you want to have team fight,
Yeah.
you want to have front laners, and as more as possible, also at least two. You want to have at least two front laners in your draft, the guys who can go in first, tank something, and give you vision, because vision is one of the most important things in Dota overall. Like everything connected to vision in the game. So let's just like also you want to have some burst damage in your draft.
Hmm.
It can be anything. It can be like Queen of Pain or CK or like Lina ultimate, like Lina spells. It's also burst damage or some PA,
Yeah. Yeah.
like something like this. Heroes with critical strike, maybe like something like this. Something that can burst heroes down fast. Because sometimes people get drafts that we think are good, but in the end it doesn't work. I will give you example. Let's say like Rubik and some Crystal Maiden supports. Too squishy. Okay, usually we want to have balance in
Yeah.
supports
Yeah.
with one melee, one range, but two range can work if you have three cores fed. But they have like CM Rubik, and then they have like some Omni Knight or Abaddon offlaner who is not dealing damage. This guy is sustain and he can help you to survive or like
Hmm.
be frontlaner, but he doesn't deal damage. And then some Ember Spirit. So if you look at it like, oh, okay, normal heroes that people usually draft, right? Crystal Maiden, Rubik, Ember Spirit, Omni Knight or Abaddon, doesn't matter. Like four of those. But when you look at it carefully, an enemy have like Kunkka and some Oracle and some like I don't know some guys like this. You already and like let's say 2 3 strange heroes. One of them is Kunkka and Oracle is support,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
suddenly your Rubik, Maiden, Ember, and Abaddon we're not doing damage already. They have no damage. They have not enough damage, not enough burst. So you can't really like kill anyone when game goes to minute 20, 30 mark. You can kill early game
Mhm.
because heroes low
It's too
HP,
late.
like you have high nukes, but when it takes minus 30, you already can't kill anyone. You don't have damage in your draft. So it's like some points about draft. For example, Night Stalker, for me, like, I don't know if it's before nerf or after nerf, but this hero is probably not a first pick material, but if you have some idea behind it, maybe it can work because this hero have a lot of weaknesses. On offlane, it doesn't really that strong. It's easy
Mhm.
to counter, and if it doesn't take much from offlane, it can't really apply too much pressure on an enemy. Like usually, Night Stalker getting countered by heroes who can hold him in place or like or can catch him, like Kunkka, for example, pretty good against Night Stalker because you're gonna get X marked and kited like to death or whatever, or some heroes like his. So this is about like Night Stalker. Also, Night Stalker can't show lanes; is his weakness. Before he get axe, at least
Yeah.
he can only right click. So if Night Stalker can be flexible hero, let's say, so usually when you open draft your like first two heroes, you want to have
You want
flexible
flex
heroes
between them.
if
Yeah.
possible, if possible, or maybe you have some strategy or idea, or you're taking some heroes from enemy or whatsoever. It can also work. So flex heroes is much easier to build draft from because if you
Mhm.
see Night Stalker can't off lane, you put him middle. If you see he can't middle, you put him position 3 or position 4 or position even position 1 maybe. Like it's
Yeah, yeah.
also possible. But the point is to make sure like you don't open heroes who get easy countered, like and stuff like this. You
I
either
think
picking
we.
up some imbalanced heroes, like very broken heroes in current meta, who are really hard to counter, or you picking flex heroes who are really strong, like as Kunkka is his example, something like this.
Yeah. I think we
So,
overvalue it. This is like after, right after nerf.
maybe it's also working differently once again in different regions, different rules. Maybe they let more like, space for your Night Stalker, and when it can be activated, and when it can be like very annoying to enemies. Or we picking some squishy heroes who he gonna counter with his silence or something like this. Maybe you know more about that. Hello,
Okay, this is my captain
Hello.
Miller.
what's up?
We're looking
Are
at
you?
the game two. If you want to go, or you can.
Yeah, I'm. I share screen. If you
Yeah, you
can
can.
jump
Oh, I
in,
see that.
you can jump in.
We're talking about
So
Nice.
about
Night
Lina,
Stalker pick.
Lina is pretty strong position 4 right now, and it's a flexible hero. You can put it position 2, position 4. It's decent hero. It have burst. It's pretty strong on lane. As position 4, he's have high base
Yeah.
damage whatsoever. So it's one of the decent position 4 heroes right now. So I can't say much about that. So what? I'll just keep scrolling. Lich for me is unknown hero in some point. Like mm, I know only few players who rate this hero. Like overall, it's unrated in this region at least. Um, he once again can't lane shove. He contribute in team fight, which is good. Like if you watch it, 3 heroes, only this hero contribute in team fight at some
Mhm.
point. And he have disabled, so I guess it's not so bad, but I can't say much about this hero. So um, OD, I guess is not bad against those guys. Some counter to duel, but same time he doesn't like to play against Phoenix. Naga Siren OD is like kind of 50-50 material because Naga can also counter OD in some situations.
Mhm.
But if game go late game, OD is pretty decent against Naga. Like, what's Juggernaut? Oh, if I look at this draft, I can see only one front lane at some point. I can see that because you picked Night Stalker earlier, you might get a hard position for this hero. Like he will not get much from lane, possibly. And then if this hero doesn't get much from lane, you have no heroes to make plays for you in the game. Like you're just gonna focus on farming. It's
Yeah, yeah.
kind of just
That,
Juggernaut who can make plays at some point
yeah,
because
that's
this
basically
hero,
what happened.
yeah, it's just yeah. OD can only farm. He doesn't do plays. He can answer for plays. Sometimes rarely join, but he'll just farm. Juggernaut is also kind of hero who want to flash farm and snowball. This hero is doing that. And when
Lina Lich or
Lich and Lina
Far.
is two squishy supports. It's not really good when you pick two same kind of style or two same kind of idea behind heroes. So like both of them can't roam, both of them can't gank, both of them can't really set up kills. Like those heroes are pretty similar in some point, like, and both of them are squishy. So basically, you have only nice stalker to make plays for you, and he need to work with someone at some point. But when you first pick it, so you give enemy a lot of opportunities to counter it in many ways. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just first minds about draft. It's absolutely playable, but it's not really well balanced in some way. About tower damage also, you have only Juggernaut, which is not that big. Like, it's really important to have tower damage in your draft. So basically, to win this game, you need to deal with the game a lot, like
I think that was
for OD to
issue
become fat.
a lot of our games. We don't really have any way to shove and hit the towers, hit buildings.
Yeah, about shoving lane, like the only real lane shover in your draft is Lina, which is not much. And why I'm saying it's so important, because like I said, like vision is one of the most important things in the game. And when you lane shove, what is happening is, like, let's say you push mid lane fast and creeps are going. Let's say there is no tower, right? Creeps will keep going here, and they give you vision, and that's important. Like if enemy doesn't show on this creep wave, he's not farming when he's doing something, and you already have information. Okay, enemy is either ganking you or smoking or farming forest. So when enemy coming here, then you have information, and because creeps are here, you have all the space in the world to do any move you want. You can farm, you can smoke, do a move, you can do whatever you want. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always important to push out lanes, all lanes, not only middle. Middle is one of the most important ones, but overall, like all lanes. So that's why it's good to have heroes who can do it fast and from safe position. So for example, you can say that Ember Spirit is lane showing hero because he have Flame Guard, but to lane shove he need to go inside the creeps, which against some lineups can be risky. Let's say there is lion on enemy team, he will just hex you from range, and you die. And Lina, on the other hand, is safe lane shove, so he can lane shove from far. He can stay here and lane shove here. With other lanes even more far and stuff like this. So it's always cool to have many lane shove heroes. In this draft, your real lane shove hero is Lina.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You wanna go laning stage now?
Hello. Who is here?
It's just a friend of mine.
Let's see, to listen.
I see.
Yeah, I muted
No
him.
one is streaming, right?
No, no.
Nope.
Just check. Okay. So what we got here? Um, about draft overall, like their draft is not strong either, in my opinion. They also have a problem with front lane. The game will get delayed. They will play 4+1. Klinks is not a strong laner, but he's decent against OD. Like Klinks is overall weak here, in my opinion, right now. Few teams played like Alliance, last Alliance, but overall I see it is a weak hero. Else, also, what is important in your draft, you always need to make sure that you have heroes who can make team items. Like, let's say, when I watch at those heroes, usually team items buyers are offlaners also,
Mm-hmm.
or position 4, because they have money they can contribute. Sometimes it's mid laners. Very rare it's carry heroes. Very rare. Position 5 usually have no money for this, but we also try to buy something, right? So when you watch at these heroes,
You mean
Klinks
like
will not buy you team items. Sorry?
pipe pipe, glimmer, force, stuff like that.
Buy any team items, like all team items. It's good if you can have all of them in the game, but
Yeah.
it's not always possible. Sometimes some other items can be better whatsoever. But the point is that if five heroes with team items meet up against five heroes without team items at, let's say, minute 30, when everyone has some levels and HP and whatever, team with team items obviously gonna beat the team without team items very easily. It will just amplify them way too strong. So let's say I can give more examples. If you would watch a secret, let's say half year ago or whatever, when they were doing really well, there was a meta where Greaves and some other item I don't remember was very strong from team items. So they would make sure they buy all the team items they can,
Right, crest.
and even mid one would buy let's say Greaves on OD or something like that would happen.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
point is like if you have a hard carry and you play 4+1, some teams do that. When let's say this hard carry have four items was butterfly or whatever, like some Kira, Skadi, whatsoever, right? So he have those slots. It's maybe 20k net worth. And when you have Solar Crest and Night Stalker, he put it up on Juggernaut, and suddenly his 20k is not 20k anymore. It's 23 or 24k because his damage amplifies because of attack speed. He creates more and blah blah and so on. You understand, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Same
Mhm.
goes for any team item right there. So even like Basil Ring that give you 2 armor can increase your EHP a lot, like of all your team by a lot. Just one Basil Ring, which costs like 500 gold. Same with mana region whatsoever. So it's important to get all the team items you can, or at least most important ones. And sometimes, of course, you watch at enemy draft what you need. Let's say here, pipe is a very good item, but when you don't really have pipe buyers, because Night Stalker don't really want to buy pipe at some
Right,
point,
right.
and he want to be a playmaker in this lineup, right? So it's a lot of problems already appears when you want to
Yeah.
have Solar Crest buyer, when you want to have like maybe some other items. So if you think about that, let's say I'm watching Radiant draft, I see LC. LC is pretty greedy of laner. Whereas greedy of laners, okay, greedy is a bad word. Ego of laner. There is ego of laners and team of laners. Team of laners can be a tight hunter. He always buy team items. He's always useful. Let's say Brewmaster always buy Vladimirs when he go Curas. He is always useful. Team of laner. Like when we go to ego flaners, in my opinion, it's like Batrider. You want to buy Blink, you want to buy Four Staffs, you want to buy ego items, you want to buy BKB
Mm-hmm.
because you want to initiate, you want to start fights and stuff like this. When there is LC, LC is same for me, ego. But I see more often now that people go for some Crimson Guards on LC, maybe sometimes
Pipe.
pipes. They do that, but
Yeah.
it's very rare. If you can see his quick buys, he's already buying Blade Mail and Blink. He's buying ego items. There is zero team items. So that's the point. What I'm trying to say. Same goes for Clinks. Like there's mid laners like Viper who can go Greaves, and it can be team item that amplify his team. Obviously, you're not gonna be Miracle if you play Viper with Greaves because you'll be just fat ass who is tanking damage and giving aura to your
Mm.
carry who's supposed to kill everyone, and your score can be bad whatsoever. But then, yeah, you're gonna win eventually. Like you do it for team.
Yeah.
So if you look at enemy heroes, there is no team items buyers. Let's say Glimmer Cape is also a support team item. Force Staff is also team item at some point because you can use it for your teammates to save them and stuff like this. So if you look at all items, you can like do some decisions about that, like what is good, what is bad, and think about it more carefully, even on draft when you're drafting. So
So do you want to be going TM items like the first item you build always? Is that
no,
what
no,
you're trying to
no, no,
say?
no, no, no. I mean, you can buy anything you need, but you try to aim for those items. So you have them, let's say, at 20 minutes of the game, 30 minutes of the game. So you can buy like, um, let's say, like I play Viper. I'm not gonna buy first item Greaves. I'm gonna buy 1, 2 race bands, and I'm gonna buy like Magic Wand maybe if I need it. When I'm gonna buy Arcane Boots, when I'm gonna buy Rod of Athos, and then I'm gonna buy Greaves. But I'm gonna have it eventually at minute
Okay.
25 or 30. Same goes for any other hero. You don't need to straight buy the item, but you need to think what you can do. Like not ignore that at least, and try to build draft accordingly. So you
So
think
you should
about this. in some
You
way.
always should have some player that you know who is going to build what team item, basically.
At some point, yes, but you don't need them all, and you just try to analyze what you need and what you need really much. Let's say if I watch at this draft, I think Pipe is super good here because Phoenix, Dark Fuel, insane amount of burst, like magic damage.
Hmm. So once
Okay.
you hit that like 20-30 minute mark and you just get your pipe, that's when you're really strong and you should go.
Uh, yeah, of course, you try to, like, even if, let's say, here in this draft, you can't really play, like I say, I don't see how you're gonna do a lot of playmaking stuff in the game, so you're probably gonna farm up your items, and then you don't really have much tower damage, so you probably need to abuse your 5-minute timings as hard as possible, whereas Vegan or Machine or whatever you call it coming out, so you
Hmm.
need to abuse that a lot as a team together. And then you're just gonna like play from your items. So you play from Dota is a very simple game nowadays. It's become much easier in a way because it helping you to understand when and what you need to do. Like it's very simple. You need to play around bounties. You need to play around wagons. You need to play around your items. There is not many things you can play around, or some enemy timings. Let's say they have alchemist or whatever. You need to pressure in some way to stop the timing of items if you know how to do it. Because sometimes you can damage yourself by doing this. So yeah, if you have pipe, like you can at least know that it's your playground, it's your playtime. Like you can accept some fights that you would dodge, or you can um, do some fights yourself, like use smoke, go into enemy forest, place wards. You always need to think that you should fight, and like I said, vision is one of the most important things. So you need to always fight on your vision. Like you need to always fight on words on vision. And also heroes who are fat, like Night Stalker, or heroes with night vision, they also give you vision. It's also pretty strong. They fly around, give you vision. They give vision with their bodies, like they
Yeah.
go up and give vision with bodies. Like if you need to enter some ramp or whatever. I'm not gonna watch at micro stuff in the game. I'm just gonna watch like
Yeah, that's fine.
How we play? Yeah, no, that's fine.
uh, overall. This lane looks like very strong, and here seems like there is not much pressure for Night Stalker, even if
Yeah.
it's first pick. Usually, like teams will probably punish it in a way, make sure he doesn't get anything from lane because this hero is weak on lane. He doesn't do much. This hero is strong. Uh, Here, because pool is open, I'm not sure if you can pull, but maybe you could try. Fish could be very good because it's open. Here we got double stack, and you need to unleash. You need to make sure uh, if you can pull, you pull, and you don't let enemy pull. Like two things.
Hmm.
But he's not trying to pull for some reasons. Much happening. Like OD is doing really well. But once again, Klinks is just a weak ass hero. I don't know. Uh, Unfortunate. Oh, nice. You didn't let him pull, which was really nice. This is also pretty strong lane, Jair Lich. The old boots, that's the problem. I have already 2 boots. Now you have no region. What you do? You struggle.
Yeah, Jug has
Maybe
6 last hits, you know?
yeah, it's supposed to be like that. This is just way too strong lane. Maybe you could do more with pulling
Wait.
leash and give more
Oh yeah, they have
XP
double
for
boots.
Jagger on tower. And you're probably supposed to buy like more region and when OD use his courier for his items, like you communicate, guys, I'm gonna use courier, anyone need it, stuff like this. And when Jack says yes, I need some bonus region, and when he buys more region and bring up like 6 like tangos or whatever, or some tangon flask, so you don't struggle that much on lane. Like you need to think of it. So now courier is flying back and forth, and you're not combining these things. I think it's also important. Anyway, having something on lane, but definitely could do better in this direction. Here, minute 5. So what you need to think of is, like I said, is bounty, super important. And when you think about bounties, you try to think it beforehand. Like at minute 4 or something, you already start thinking, okay, in 1 minute it's bounty. Someone can say about this, guys, 5-minute bounty or 4:20, and when you try to get more resources for the bounty fight. And sometimes mid laner can move for it. Let's say in this situation you don't want to do it because you're leading and you don't want to lose your lead and give King some free farm, and it's OD and there is no boots. So in some situations mid lane is moving. Depends on the hero. OD will not move. It's fine. And when you need to think that you leave resources for this bounty rune fight, and same on top, if you can take one rune, it's very strong. Like maybe in this situation where you're struggling, it's good for you that you don't go for rune. If Jagger just farm, because enemy go for rune and they let you to farm a little bit. Maybe so, it's fine. And you get one rune. Well, first 2 or maybe 3 bounties, not so important, but it's still like the only thing that's shaking economy in Dota. Nothing else shaking economy in Dota. It's all even. Entire map is even. Like you farm your 50% and enemy farm your his 50%, and it's hard to not let enemy farm or enemy to not let you farm before some minute, before towers taking, before they can come. You can always find farm. So it's 50-50, and only bounty runes making a change on that. So bounty is super like how to fight for it. So first 2 bounties, usually it's 2v2 fights. Then minute 15 bounty, it's usually already a team fight happening at some side. That's how usually things go. So now machines, it's very important that you use those machines. Like you think where you can use them and when you apply pressure. And same time, you don't let enemy to use their machines. You try to kill machines, like wagons. Because it's only way, like, ways people taking towers or damaging them, which open up territory for like plays later on, and making you farm less or farm more depends if you're taking tower or losing tower and stuff like this. So another thing, what you can do is when you're applying pressure, enemy probably gonna react, and if they use TPs, it's good for you. You're shaking them up. Like if they use TPs, it's 80-second window for you to do any moves on other side of map with your team, because they will use TP and there's 80 seconds you can use it. So as soon as you see someone, let's say you apply pressure top, someone TP top, instantly you can do a move, you can smoke or whatever and go bottom and attack. And even if you bring 5 heroes here, we're gonna be only 4, right? Because the other guy, he will need to run entire map, but he will be late because his TP gonna be cooldown. So you need to always use your TPs carefully and watch how enemy use TPs. If you use TP, it's good. Like you don't always need to all in and go on tower and kill, even if you're ganking or you're smoking. You can just make enemy use TP and go back. And that's already a perfect move if you use it afterwards. So about machines, wagons, like you watch it heroes. Sometimes your heroes allow you to push, sometimes not. Let's say you have Pugna middle. When you can rotate middle with 2 supports, Lich and Lina from both sides for after 5-minute bounty, and apply pressure on a tower because you have Pugna who blast towers and stuff like this. Or let's say you have OD when you can't do anything. You can't really apply pressure. Depends how lanes goes and stuff like this, but overall, so you just farm. So first 5-minute wagon, usually you don't do anything. But some heroes allow you to push, like DP, Pugna, I don't know, maybe some Kentaur, Centaur offlane, right? The hero can just push with his body at some point. Depends on levels and shit. Usually it's all else. So it's nighttime. Some fees going from enemy team. Someone TP'd, right?
Willow TP bottom.
Yeah. It's good for Jog, so you're gonna have some farm now. at some point. At the same time, you need to play careful. You have lane ward, you have side ward, bounty room ward.
And that's how we got.
You probably should have understand where is the word after that,
Oh yeah.
right? Let's see what you see. So yeah, net coming from shadow. So most likely we have a word. So it's good. Like on your place, I would probably not dive with Night Stalker, but maybe even do a move for mid lane if you have a dust. Like if you have dust prepared, because Dark View already will not be able to help middle lane. You can just dive a guy, and only guy who can help is maybe LC if you have like second spell and he TPs, but then it's also
Mhm.
good. Like you force, like I said, it's force TP things. So Dark View will TP, he's the only guy who can protect or save when you attack middle, for example. And then instantly it's a point for you to move to shrine, heal up, bring dust, and just run like this from behind or use smoke for this, whatever. And when or the astral or even not astral, you just dive a guy, I think,
Okay.
and get a kill. Like it is a possibility. I'm not saying you must do it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just a possibility. What you need to think of, what you can do.
Well, you just want their TPs to be on cooldown as much as possible because makes more space for, especially like
Yeah.
our jug.
Also, you need to be very careful how you use your TPs. Like, if you can run to a lane, sometimes it's better run to a lane. Like, people usually, like, often I see people, even in teams, even in like competitive scene, very often I see people just press TP because we're not thinking, maybe
Mhm.
they're like for any reasons, they just TP. But you need to use your TPs very carefully, very calculated. Like, it's always better to run and have TP for TP saves. When about towers, I can say that middle tower is most important tower in the game,
Yeah.
and you need to aim to get it and defend your middle tower. I think it's always important. This tower is not important when you play Dire. You don't care about it, it's too much, because you're not gonna play in this area anyway later. It's risky only if you play safe farm heroes. Like maybe this game you play this area, but overall you play this area. You apply pressure, you push two lanes. That's how you usually play. And this tower is useless usually. He doesn't. It doesn't open much because you don't want to play here anyway. And with some heroes you want to defend this tower, with some don't. Let's say you have Trend Protector, sometimes you want to defend all towers. But if you don't, then usually you sacrifice. So when
Mhm.
enemy will apply pressure on this tower, you probably need to just mirror and apply pressure on this tower. You always want to fight behind enemy tower or near on enemy side. You always want to fight on enemy side, because if you die, especially early game when your heroes rest time is low, they will just not be able to take any objectives. They will not be able to take towers. They will just kill you, and when we need to run to tower, and when we run to tower, you're already almost up. But if you take fights near your towers, you try to defend this, they kill you, they take tower. Or
Yeah.
if you kill them, you will also not take anything,
Mm-hmm.
because same reason, like
That's a
vice
good
versa.
point.
Yeah, so you always need to try to fight on the enemy side of map, or apply pressure, or fight on enemy towers. So for them, this tower is also not important for rating. For you, this tower is important. It will open you the entire map like this. Right now, it's like this. Like you just farm your side and that's it. But when you kill this tower, you have those camps. Maybe even here you can farm, place some deep wards. Here, whatsoever. Here, doesn't matter. You have control of map, and then you'll open your more ways to attack this tower and take it faster.
Mhm.
Middle tower is harder to take, but it's more important. So
What is
let's
your
see. So
opinion?
it's 9:30 Bounty. Let's see. It's daytime. Night Stalker still not level 6, so maybe it's easier for you to try to take at least this rune. And on top, you probably also should move guys for rune. At least try to, because both of you just sharing XP, nothing happening. I think Lich should pull constantly, because you're not really raping LC. You're not making him out of lane, right? He's OP, he's over strong. So you don't
Yeah.
really
He's
need to
top.
stay on that lane. Maybe the only reason you want to stay because you feel like gonna save Jagger with Frost Shield or something when he gonna get dueled. But mm, I mean, this situation is just already looking sad. I mean, like I said, there is nothing happened in those 5 minute nighttime because Night Stalker from offlane, he's a little bit low leveled. He didn't really want to move, but I think he's the only hero who could do it. And maybe with Lina you could TP top and try to kill LC, but it's very hard. And it would be a very
Mm-hmm.
good kill. But overall, it's just Night Stalker should try to do some moves with Dust on Klings or maybe even top for LC because those guys are very fat. You can good information. Let's say you're playing, maybe you're tilted or you're sad with you're like having hard times and your enemy free farm. The best information would be not to cry about it, but to give information that okay, this guy is very fat. If you kill him, it will be very good for team. So
Yeah.
then your teammates will start thinking about how to do it, like what we need to do. But once again, you should not feel pressured, any one of you. Like everyone should understand what he need to do because if you force someone to do moves, it will almost never work. Because if a person doesn't understand what he need to do, and you force him to do something, he will do things like not the way it should be, or not the way you see them. So everything should happen naturally. So now you lost 4 bounties, right? Okay, Leash got one because Lucy is a little bit greedy here. So it's 3 for 1 again, and as you can see, it's already 2k lead for Radiant just, and
Mm-hmm.
nothing happening. It's just 2k lead. From lanes, obviously you'll see twice more, and from bounties. But OD is also doing like almost twice more, so it's kinda even. Maybe a little bit better for Radiant, but mostly it's coming from bounty gold. Okay, not so much, but anyway, it's coming from bounty. One bounty is like, how many? 200 gold? 250 at 10 minutes, right? 240 maybe. Okay,
I think
whatever.
so.
My math.
Yeah.
Something like that.
280. Yeah, it's 40 gold more every minute, every 5 minutes. So machines coming. Nice Stalker got nighttime. You definitely need to use in some way. Should not get rid of this machine. You can already rotate bot, and you can let's say what the best thing for you would be probably Jagger to have resources. His face boots up and maybe force or TP here, smoke up, whatsoever, and try to kill this Naga or get rid here from lane with nice Stalker ulti and
Mm-hmm.
push this tower. But at the same time, maybe Lich should stay top, get XP, and get rid of this machine, if possible. Something like that. And then mid wave is also super important. I know you died, you probably couldn't be here in time, but anyway, like you need to get rid of Vegans and apply pressure with your Vegans, if possible. And best tower for you would be here now for Jagger, even if he's underleveled. Or maybe you just ignore this 10-minute mark Vegans and keep farming. Because like I said, your draft, you have no tower damage. Only tower damage is this guy. And right now he's super poor, so he need to catch up. But to catch up, you can't really catch up just by farming creeps. You need to do moves anyway. And from your team, only Night Stalker, Lina, maybe at some point even Jagger with ulti should do those moves. Like right now, OD did a move. He came for bounty minute 10 and used his ulti. So it's at least something. It's not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see your wagon dies. Here also getting pushed. And here nothing happening. So what you're doing here, you're abandoning top or not. Let's see what you're gonna do. You're probably hesitating, you don't know what to do. But if you want to do a move, it's probably Jagger TP bot. If you want to farm, and you just farm, but when someone else needs to do some move. So for me, it's Jagger TP bot for sure and attack on this guy and apply pressure. Make them force TPs here, make them come on this tower. Because for them, this area is super bad. Same like for you, this area. If we all bring numbers here, even if they kill one of you or whatever, it's super bad because then we need to all leave back to those lanes and they will split this farm for 5 heroes whatsoever. So we don't want to defend this tower, we don't want to TP. If we get like one guy, if we get all of you, then yes, it's good for them to defend. So you turn knight, you get a kill, and then you try to apply pressure, but your wagon is already dead. That's the problem. You're late, guys.
Start last wave.
You're doing this move way too slow, maybe. Maybe you could prepare, because once again, you need to think of those things. This is your objectives. 5-minute bounty, 10-minute bounty, 15-minute bounty. And then after bounty, instantly vegan coming out at 5 minutes, at 10 minutes, at 15 minutes. And then you already need to have resources, smokes, words, an idea how you're gonna do things. Like idea here is like I said, you abandon this tower because this guy is just OP. Yes, killing him would be good, but you don't want to bring numbers top. So you just apply pressure bottom, you try to kill Naga, and you use this machine. So you're already late with all of those moves in some point.
So you always want to be making moves on the map and doing them efficiently and quickly. Is what I'm getting.
It's like every 5 minutes is a like prepare fight every 5 minute increment. I think. Right?
Yeah, at some point.
So things up.
You can do them more often, you can do them more rare, whatever. But here, I'm just saying about this concrete game. Like I can see that you could do it faster for sure. Like be prepared. Even if you got a kill, you lost my wagon here. This guy doing weird things. He could just keep pushing. I don't know. OD came or what? Yeah, OD came. Okay, that's fine. Then it's okay. And here, what's about top wagon? What happened? He just let it die. Okay. If he would be smarter, he would tank a tower for Vegan obviously and just take free tower. Or force you TP. So we're just doing it much slower because Vegan died for no reasons.
I think we could have just been more aggressive bottom and just more aggressive with moves and moving around the map, not staying one place without.
Yeah, I think we
making a
just kind of like
decision.
stayed in our lane. You know, we don't really.
Yeah, like I think Dendi saying making a move on Clinks just to try something and make TPs happen. That would have been, I think, a really good play earlier.
You always can think of those fast plays. Like you're level 4 Night Stalker, yes, you still want to farm. It's only like maybe 6 minutes of the game or 5, like 7 minutes of the game, whatever. Let's scroll it back. See what minute I was thinking of. So it's 5 minutes. You're still level 3. You don't want to move really. Like, but let's say you play around with wagons. You get rid of enemy wagon or whatever. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you go in, you make Tarkvilo TP. Soon, right? He's gonna TP. Or it's already happened. I don't remember.
No, there
Okay,
it is.
GTP
Yeah.
7.
And now you can just go shrine because you're low and bring yourself dust,
Shrine was down, I believe.
for example. Oh,
no, it's up. All right.
it's just an example. Once again, if you don't want to do it, you can ignore doing it.
So Shrine, get dust from me. Yeah.
Or top, you can TP top after shrine and just go for LC guy if you can kill him. But you have you need to have 2 disables to kill him if you go. Like Lich should be alive for this. But top is maybe not so good. Middle is better. This guy is level 7. This guy is level 6.
What do you think about if we picked a Wyvern instead of a Lich this game?
Radiant are scanning.
I think it's better deep push on that hero.
Yeah. The good point, you would have more lane shove for sure.
Yeah.
This hero is very good at lane shove. Much better than Lich. This is a good point. Another good point, you would have save from Legion duel, but not so much. We have a lot of spell damage. And it's not so bad against Naga, but then you didn't saw Naga before you pick Lich, I think, right? Naga came after Lich.
I think so.
Yeah, Naga came after Lich.
Yeah, so it's hard to say. For me, I still don't really like the balance and draft about 2 squishy supports. I think one of them should be like Fatty, if possible,
Like,
because
Undying or
you lack frontliners. In this
Over.
draft, you have only one frontliner. Like Jack can be one of them, but he don't really want to do it, and he'll still always gonna duel him, or try to duel him, or whatever. Like, so it's only Night Stalker you have who is frontline, so you depend on this hero too much in your draft, I think. Like, and especially you open him earlier. And another thing is your team fight probably is also weaker than enemy if you look. You just have Leech and OD to contribute in team fight. And we have Dark View, we have Phoenix, we have Klink's ulti, we have Naga sleep to reinitiate, or like if we losing fight, we heal, you sleep, we run out. If we winning fight, we kill one when he sleep and catch more people whatsoever. So it's also team fight at some point. All the big spells like Chain Frost or OD ulti, it's kind of team fight spells in some way, in my opinion. So yeah, I think you need to think more about your how to balance your draft in
Okay.
some way. It's just some simple preparations, and that's it. But once again, very different play styles in different regions, so it's hard for me to say 100%. It's just
I think
my 2 cents, my opinion.
Russia is. Do you think she's more comfortable playing, ogre, undying, like the beefier kind of ones?
Oh, she definitely liked Undying.
Yeah, I
I
think, and
mean,
she can still help in that lane.
Undying, Trend Protector, something like this.
Trina, I don't know if she
If
plays
you
that.
pick in Lina, if you pick in Lina, but if you pick offlaner like Earth Spirit or I don't know, Tiny
Yeah.
or something else, then hero like Leash is absolutely fine. Okay, let's keep watching. So it's 3k lead just from laning stage and bounty runes at some point. We still didn't get a single tower, same as you. We also have not much tower damage, but it's Naga strategies usually don't have tower damage. We aim to get Naga's fed, and when there is no counter for Naga, usually. So, and we have Klinks, which is tower damage.
Mm-hmm.
Klinks is tower damage. But I don't like his hero, to be honest. I think it's weak. Doesn't contribute much. So let's keep watching. You killed. You abandoned top, which is probably good. But Jack can't find place. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I will give you example. So let's say Jack is staying here like he did last 2 minutes from 10 to 12. So
Mhm.
he basically farmed this and AFK'd. Like maybe farmed a little bit more. We can watch. Let's watch. So it's like machines coming. He having like few creeps here, just some XP, running here. Yes. Farming one camp very slowly and still staying here, getting some XP. So he spent 2 minutes on one neutral camp at some point, right?
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what you could do is at minute 10, you TP bot and you spend those 2 minutes into applying pressure into this tower with your
Apply
machine.
pressure. Yeah.
You maybe get a kill.
Just go with
You
warriors.
probably gonna get all those creeps if your team leaving them for you, like last hits. And you apply pressure on tower, and then you have entire
Right. You open up the
part of
map.
map where you farm. You can farm
Just
those
trade each
camps, you
side.
can farm a lane where no one gonna come for this lane. It's your lane now on your Juggernaut. And after you farm all of this, like after you finish farming all of this, you can decide if you wanna keep staying here or it's too risky, or keep staying here or it's too risky, or you go for mid tower with your team. It's your next objective, where you can
Mhm.
come from behind, you do like move, whatever. If you're strong enough. In this game, you're probably not gonna be strong enough because Jagger is poor. So he's gonna keep farming. So he's gonna keep farming until someone comes to his lane, and then he can spin TP out if it's not LC. Because LC gonna just do and kill. Or you just go to triangle and you farm triangle, and then you keep taking this farm and farm triangle, keep taking this farm, farm triangle. But you play this area, like I said. In your lineup, you don't want to farm this area too much, because if they come here with Dark Vivo or anyone, we're probably gonna kill. Because they are just you're gonna be strong enough to do it, I think. So you're probably gonna farm this at some point. But for now, here is hard. Also, and you can see that's what usually happens when enemy open up tower or you open up tower. Enemy plays in deep wards for vision into forest, and they
Mhm.
can see all your movement and farm. And it's also information, because vision is information.
Right.
What
It
does it
knows.
say for them? The Jagger is top, fight bottom, there's only 4 heroes, or you can go for Jagger and force some TPs and make them fight on your vision.
And then they're fighting
That
on
is
our
also
side.
an option. Yeah. So LC now doing the move. I think what they doing is probably not so good idea. On their place, I would keep pressuring top and middle. Like I would aim those lanes, because this tower is pretty useless for them. It doesn't. It will open them nothing,
Yeah, they could
because
just
holding
kill mid
triangle
tower, I think.
is very hard for Radiant team, especially
Just
this early game.
watch Lena own this LC though. There you go.
Oi, oi.
Oh yeah, he dived.
Yeah, that was very big kill. It's like a lot. So you can see we losing gold advantage, even if nothing much happened at some point. And even thought we took tower. Because we bring numbers, we stop farming, we bring numbers to a bad place, and now we're all leaving this side and let's see feed. And we're not even taking any towers because there is no wagon and they have no tower damage also. So I think its move from them is very silly. And it's good for you if they bring numbers into this area. Always good. So we can keep applying pressure and you create space for your Jagger and ulti at the same time to farm it. So it's also working in if you look already, if you didn't do that move, like this one is working. Like your what's the next steps? Like so this one is fine. It's good for you what we are doing right now. Because on their place I would probably keep doing this and farm up the map. Right. See, gold is already 1k, and nothing was really happening. Like, only LC died, right?
Yeah, like the last few minutes. That's all that happened.
So now LC coming back top again, and his next objective is 15-minute bounty. We're rewarding some things. There's some things going on. You know, Dracul will use TP out, so you can force something on bounty. You probably already forgot about bounty, but it's gonna be late. Okay, now you're moving. Top also, if possible, because you have ward here, you have all the information. Only way you die if you smoke. Okay, LC, I don't know if he can solo kill. I don't think he solo kill Night Stalker. So probably I would try that maybe. And we got only one save, right?
Yeah,
And we
one.
got three again. I don't think it's very good. Maybe you could do better because you know Dark will tip it out and you have vision top.
Mm-hmm.
You can try to get at least two, which would be better. So Vegan's coming out. Top, you don't wanna push, you just abandon it. It's nighttime for Night Stalker. Maybe you already supposed to do a move. I think it's also important to make sure you always have a smoke on your heroes. Like you always need to have one smoke. Doesn't matter who. OG, Night Stalker, Leech, Lina, doesn't matter. But you need to have one smoke always. If you
Mm-hmm.
used one, you need to bring another one. Same thing goes for wards. You don't always place wards when you have them. You want to place wards when you going for moves. Like say you smoke up here and you go this direction, and then in smoke you place vision. So enemy don't saw how you came here, so they don't know that you had wards, or even if they expected whatever. It's hard to find those words. Like they will not find all words. So if you economy your words and then you place them together, in big areas like this, it's hard to find them. Like if you don't put them in default places, let's say, you'll have good vision on enemy. Here is LC is just a bit OP, let's say. King's also having really good game because he's getting untouched, and Naga also having a good game because it's hard. Like you can't really do moves, you can't pressure all. Like I said, it's just connected to your draft. The only guy who can do moves is Night Stalker, and then you need to communicate and do things together, like Nestalker plus Leech, or Nestalker plus Lina, or like something like this. Also, you have a problem of catch. Like if you watch it your heroes, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have catch. Like this hero need to come close. This hero also need to come close and doesn't have instant disable. This hero have no disable, so only catch is astral, which will let your opponent always to react. So it's a little bit hard for you to like two smoke moves to gank people already in some point because you don't have much catch disables. You have disables, but not much catch. So this is like the only catch you have. Sinister Gaze, instant, but it's still casting from middle range.
Yeah.
So you're losing tower for Vegan. You're not applying any pressure on any part of map. I think you should think about it. What you can do. Let's watch what you can do. Minute 15. So Vegan coming out here, here, here. Top, you don't care. His tower, even though you have vision here, I don't think you care about his tower much. It will not let you anything on map objective wise. Middle tower most important, but you know you're weaker. and you have no tower damage, so probably you're not gonna have it. But at least you need to try to get rid of their vegan and not let your middle tower, because it will open them a lot on the map. And bottom tower is only tower you can apply pressure to and force enemies here because it's good for you. So you have Night Stalker, Leech, OD. OD probably gonna keep farming, maybe defending middles carefully, or Leech gonna do that, and then you just press smoke with other heroes.
Mhm.
So you put one hero to defend, and with other three you smoke to Juggernaut or something like that. That's probably would be a move. Anyone can go, but to defend, it's probably best is Lina, because like I said, lane shove from far range. Maybe Leash, because he can put Frost Shield on tower and just, aggro creep this way. OD is the most risky one because he can get jumped. And if you put one of supports, even if he get jumped by LC, well, it's not such a super big deal. Oh, but anyway, you need to think of it that it can happen. That LC can have blink. Should choose very safe positions and just spam from shadow to kill creeps, and that's it. Like, play very safe. So you're late with moves, so now you're forced to defend. So you bring all heroes middle, now you get some free farm, and I don't see a way how you defend it. It's very hard, only if we overdive and do some shit moves. So Klinks put ulti, and you can't defend, so you give free tower. And you still bring numbers here. So that's another, let's say, I will not call it mistake. It's always, sometimes it's hard to analyze, but here someone of you need to analyze fast. Okay, guys, we can't defend it, or okay, guys, we
Mhm.
defending it this way. So someone need to say we can't defend it, and then you just leave this tower, or someone say okay, we're defending it this way. So after Lina died, you probably need to be sure you can't defend it, because you don't really have damage to defend it in some point. Like, you can't come in close, it's hard to attack, you have no catch, OD is not that strong to fight at this point of the game, so only thing you have is Chain Frost at some point. It's very hard for you to fight here. Let's see what happens. We just go back. So you killed Vegan here, get a Night Tower. So now you lost 3 towers in 17 minutes. You didn't kill any tower yourself. And the enemy leading 4k. It's not such a big deal, but feels probably not so good. Let's see what happened. Let's see, Dire Vision. LC TPing on a word. You probably should have more. Uh, like, someone should have seen from 5 of you guys and give information. Jack should play careful when he don't see LC anyway. He can't really farm lanes against LC anymore.
Mhm.
So. Dun, 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 dun. There is a fight. Enemy overcommit. They lose very big guy like LC. So the point about Dota nowadays is you need to play the game very. Let me find word. Not carefully, but very focused from very start to late to the end, because comeback system is very harsh, especially on XP.
Yeah.
So if enemy leading, like, you can lose. Even if you lead 20k, 30k, doesn't matter. You can always lose or you can always win. Same way, like, around. Like,
Sure.
so you need to be all the time focused. So enemy, when they playing here, there's zero reasons for them to play here. Zero. We're not going for tower. We're not doing any objectives. We already got Juggernaut. We wasted duel. So all we needed to do is step back and farm map. But instead they, like, overcommit and they are on your word. So we just feed. That's
Yep.
what, for no reasons. So we give away big kill on LC, who was highest, almost highest level, okay, not highest anymore. And OD got level 15 from that, and now OD is top 1 net first after those 3 kills, so that was good for you. 2k lead instantly. It was 5 and it would be increasing, but it's 2k already. Just one feed, let's say. You're just farming, nothing you could do much, I guess, and you don't need to do much. Like, moves right now are not that efficient because there is no vegan. You could go for mid, for example, try with those creeps, but then it's risky. LC already have duel, Naga have sleep, so you can't really do much. You're just farming. So what you're doing now is okay, but you need to farm carefully. What I can see here is you're gonna probably farm 3 lanes, and you can't. You can never farm 3 lanes. Okay, you can farm 3 lanes with some heroes, but with in most cases, all you can do is farm 2 lanes because you need to
Yeah.
be close to each other to react. If you're showing on 3 lanes, it's a sign for enemy to attack. Any lane he attacking, he probably gonna get a kill if you're showing on 3 lanes. So you need to always think about this too. Only some heroes allow you to play 3 lanes like Ember Spirit, T8 traps, some travel heroes who are not initiators or tanks, who not supposed to be first, like in team fight. When with those heroes you can play 3 lanes sometimes. Or Chen, for example, he can TP third guy into a fight. And when you do it, the point is not about, let's say, oh, I can farm this and I will not die, guys. It's not about this. It's about first, you can die here, right? Even if you're sure you cannot die here, you give information to enemy that you're here, and our 2 lanes guys are like alone. We're gonna get jumped instead. So even third, you're not gonna die. It's your fault that your team is gonna die because you're showing on 3rd lane. Like that's what you need to
Yeah.
think about in game.
Gotcha.
Minute 20 bounty. We got 3 bounties again, so your bounty control this game is not so good. I understand that from a losing situation is hard, but I think you need to um, try to do something like for those bounties. Maybe you smoke earlier as 5 and go for bottom bounty, right? Check it out, like put word, prepare something before,
Hmm.
because you don't want to go here, it's too risky. Or play from what you see, like you saw, okay, those guys moving top and probably bottom bounties, we're not going to be 5, so you can smoke for bottom bounties, something like that. But you need to try to aim for 2 instead of 1 at least, but better for 3 if possible. Depends how you're leading or losing. Here you're losing, so LC can kill anyone solo, but if it's not OD getting as dueled now, you can Astral, so you can already do things like as a team. You already got an item that allow you to like to do something at least. There is a cache already in your team because of this item. Another cache would be Hex, right? Another cache point. What can I see here? Medallion, Lance, pretty good. Bezaring, pretty good items. Nice Stalker doing Axe, so it's lane shove item for a nice Stalker. Maybe a bit greedy one. And
Yeah,
like I said, it's about team items point. Like you can get Axe and then team items, so that's fine too, but mm,
eggs
you need
is
to
too
make
late.
sure that you survive before that, yes, and it's gonna be fine like in team fights and stuff like this. So here you're applying pressure and you're exchanging tier 2 for tier 1, which is not good, but in your situations, nothing you can do about that. Even though you have word here, it's very hard for you to fight here. And like I said, you don't want to do it only if you're 100% sure you're gonna kill a lot of people here and it's possible for you. But
Hmm.
as far as you're losing and your team fight is weaker, in my opinion at least, it's very hard for you. So you're supposed to exchange. But what I would exchange at least is middle tower for this. But it's hard. You need to prepare something with go with vegans or something. So you're sacrificing tier 2. For some reason we left it. Don't know what we're afraid. Farming map, nighttime used. You're getting rid of them from this area, which is nice. Maybe you even can fight. I can't really give 100%. Like if you smoked and Night Stalker use nighttime, maybe you get more like vision on them here and pressure them out from your shrine. Because around shrine you always can fight because you can buyback. So if you know your heroes have buyback, I press Alt, I see those 3 guys have buybacks. So Night Stalker can go in first, try to tank, die, buyback, and then you try to get more people, kill more people. But when once again, like I said, you're gonna force rotations here, force heroes here, and Nugget is gonna free farm, for example. You're gonna have all of this, pushes, and stuff like this. He plays in defensive wards. Let's see what happened next. You use nighttime, you can't do much now. Just gonna farm. He's getting fat. Naga getting defu. It's gonna be very item timing. This guy is super strong with those items. Like this guy is getting BKB. I can see the point. But right now it's looking a bit sloppy from both sides. Even though I like they placed good wards, maybe a little bit too defensive in some point, but they controlling this area as you can see with 4 guys and Naga farming this. And you, because of that, you're forcing heroes here. Maybe 1 hero is enough here, and it's not Juggernaut for sure, because efficiently for Juggernaut would be to farm this thing. You see, he's not farming once again. He's just staying here. It's same point like here, in the minute 10 mark. So instead, you can just farm triangle. Yeah, maybe you're sharing triangle with OD, but OD have blink. He can go deeper already. Like you want to push this out. You want to force heroes. And what is important also to know that this wave is one of the most important ones, because when you play in 2 lanes, it's usually this or this, or this and this. Like either mid and top or mid and bot, but it's always about middle. So at this point of the game, it's good to have middle ward, good to have middle lane vision, and it's good to shove mid lane first, if possible, always, and fight with this mid lane. Like it's important. So they pressuring you, they push into lanes, so they have all information we want on you right now. Like they see Lina mid, they know you're not doing any moves. They can farm. They will push top, they will see someone top also. So if they don't see you guys defending, they do you doing some move, and Naga will react accordingly. Okay, Lina is a hero already. He's playing very cocky. He can die to nice stalker. Keep farming, you keep farming, you keep farming. That's basically all you can do, sadly, in this game. So for you to win this game should go like, I don't know, 50, 60 minutes.
Yeah.
For them to win this game, I guess it's about Naga timing. So when he get like his butterfly hut, we will just go and finish. And before that, we need to do pick-offs and farm up other cores. I think we have much more chances to win this game, to be honest. But you still can do it. Like, it's possible, just very hard. You have Hex, pretty good items on OD. OD is very fat. Now you go in Medallion, but maybe second Medallion is not the best thing you can do. Or you wanna go Solar. Okay, Solar can work. Vats can be also good item. Pipe maybe, but it feels like too late for Pipe, but it can still be good. Crimson is good item against Clinks and ulti. And
Yeah,
overall.
I think we said push the Crimson AC or something.
Yeah.
So we're just taking all towers, they control all map, they pressure you hard and they close you on base. On their place, they feel way too strong, that's why they hold triangle and push tier 2, but on their place I would probably take Roche before doing that, just to play it out safe, but seems like we just feel too strong. So now I would go take Roche in their place. I don't know how strong they feel or how strong they are, to be honest. Maybe even they can just force high ground. For sure, if I would be here, I would force high ground, because we have Naga sleep to retreat if we need to. So you guys TP base with OD and Jagger. But instead we just run away. So we let OD to keep staying top. They split way too greedy, because how they split, you attack, because you saw Kling stop. They can split like that. They can do it with just Naga illusions. They can play as 5 here and put Naga illusions to cut top, and they just cut mid and bot, and then you're locked on base completely. And they just overfarm you until you do a move on them with smoke or something. But because Klink's left top and Naga farming this forest, they just let you opening to go in and get rid of Dark Vio and kill Phoenix. And that was really nice by you. So basically, you found an opening, you came for bounty, you took 2 bounties, and you got a core kill. So that was sloppy play from them,
30.
good play from you, because you found an opening. Which would be very hard to do otherwise. But Dota is a game of mistakes, so you used their mistakes pretty well. And you got a tier 2 tower here, seems so. And get out. Maybe you should have played some word, like Steve word or whatever. Just because you were here, but seems like you had no words. You're doing that. Let's see, shop. Yeah, no words. Yeah, words. 1 word and chicken. Hoppa. So it's another point about words. When you're getting rid of enemy from your triangle, you need instantly to deward. And to deward triangle, you just need 3 centiwords. You can deward triangle with just 3 centiwords. 1 here, there is 2 more, like here and here or something like this. And when you deward triangle, there's some sneaky places where they can still have, but anyway, like those big places, 100% should be checked. This is the reason why they come here, because they see you guys. They see you everywhere actually. Jagger was on top ward. It's free Rosh, nothing to do about it. Lich kill, Lich going to reward. Let me see. Oh, after Lich died first time here, right, from duel? There's a plenty of time, I think. You're checking here, there is no one here, or well, here I would do TP to reward. Here you can use TP. There is nothing, no other place you can use TPs right now except for Shrine, top or something. But there should be reason for that. So maybe it's a bit too late. A bit late. So we found the pick off, so now we can go high ground. We have 40 seconds to force buyback. Any pick off at this point is very good, like if you're Radiant. So it doesn't matter if it's Leech. They can instantly go high ground and do whatever they want. Like not dive, but hit buildings. They have too much now. They have tower damage, they have Klink's ulti, Klink's axe, so they don't need to do anything. What they're doing right now is not efficient. Like he don't need to dive, he don't need to try kills. Just hit buildings. Make you to go on them. And when you go on them, they fight. But he just jumps in and die. Not good. Now we're fighting 4v5 for some reasons, which is not smart. We already got at rocks, we should have go back. It's enough for 1 go. Wait, Phoenix, go again. So once again, on their mistakes, you getting some kills back. Also, he cancelled his song, right? For some reasons.
Yeah, he did, didn't
Yeah, he cancelled it.
he? Yeah,
some
well.
reason. Happens. So it's another mistake they did that you can use. Like I said, you should be focused from early to end and regroup if needed and do like stuff properly, disciplined, and then you going to win. So now they give you openings to win the game. You can force a buyback, and now you should do it. Like you should jump aggressively, you should attack, you should find you CLC, you jump Hex, you find
Kill
someone
that
else, you
Phoenix.
jump, kill Phoenix, yes. Jump, catch this guy too, if possible. Like do those kind of moves. Because you want to force Naga to buyback, because if he buyback, you instantly run back, and then next time you can just jump kill Naga, and if you kill him, you probably win game. So the point about buybacks, you always need to remember that where you fight. About buybacks is if you fight on enemy shrines or on your shrines, you should keep this in mind, like or near towers. You can fight it not 5v5, but 5v6 or 5v7 or 5v10. So about buybacks. And another thing, you should know that if someone buyback, that probably he know that his buyback gonna be efficient and he gonna get something for this buyback. So this means you need to always when you see a buyback should be instantly go back with everyone, like retreat. That's first thought that you should have in your mind. And then while you having this first thought, you can calculate if it's possible for you to keep fighting. Because usually if people buy back, they it's
I
either
think it's
all
good.
in or they think they're gonna get something from this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably gonna happen if you keep committing, if you keep fighting. So what you do is you jump very aggressively here. You try to catch your C, Phoenix, like you did. And if Naga buyback, you instantly run back. You just drop everything. And if needed, like Lich can go suicide for you, die just for you to escape, so you don't lose cores or Lina. So that's always mindset you should have about buybacks. If someone buybacks, you should not keep fighting. Here you apply pressure because to that everything is alright. LC use BKB with Mayo, you have this information, it's super good, super important for you, but you don't have BKB on OD, so you can't really go too much aggressive because they can use sleep defensive.
Kill them all.
They use sleep, and
We
they kill.
actually, I think we only lose one, two.
Only lost knights after.
Okay, you actually it was super good for you because you lost only Night Stalker, but if you think for future, you should not let this happen.
Yeah, we should.
You can
Normally, I mean,
fuck with tower, like doesn't matter about this tower. Let it go. Yes, it's good that you got it, but you're risking way too much for it. You know Naga alive, 10 seconds for Phoenix, you just use sleep, you have no BKBs guys. Only guy who will survive from this is Juggernaut. Everyone else will die. If we play properly. Especially you will lose your main key hero. OG. If we use spells, like he don't need to put ultimate, for example, on things, right? So if we use spells properly, you're in trouble. I don't know if I could get more. But with Klink's ulti, they would probably get more. Maybe they rush with egg also. Or
I
they
think they
should
still
have
chase
put egg
OD.
earlier. So whatever, just for future, but you should not. It's not worth at this minute. Your deaths 100 because if you die, you'll probably need to get to buyback. And when if you buyback, it's same story like with Naga. You die again, game over.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter if you got tower or not, like at all. Especially in this situation where you're not leading, you're not gonna go for shrines. Like this tower.
Yeah, you're right.
Doesn't
Yeah, what does the tower
matter.
give us other than a little bit of gold?
You're just risking way too much for it.
And yeah, here we made a play where we knew they were going to probably be there, and we didn't have vision. We lose our Lich.
Oh, you have that nice stalker, so just apply pressure. On they can be very cocky, especially we leading, and we have very strong symphony and stuff. Even though they have no knight, they still have Dark Q ulti, LC ulti, and overall strong heroes to fight you.
Dire's bottom shrine.
Happen.
Bottom shrine has fallen.
공격받고 있습니다. 공격받고 있습니다.
Hello.
Hi, bye.
He's scared.
It's okay.
38.
What I see here is maybe a little bit, once again, we don't really understand how to hold things. Remember I told about heroes who can play Like you need to play 2 lanes, but there are some heroes that allow you to play 3 lanes. This is
Yeah.
Naga. It allows you to play 3 lanes. So basically, if they hold high ground, you don't want to run into them. It's very hard, especially in their vision, especially with those heroes. And they just cut this wave, and put Naga illusion stop. You're gonna be locked on base, and they're just gonna keep out farming you one cave, another cave, bounties, real runes at 40 minutes, and then another, and so on. Like we will just keep out farming you. And only openings for you would be like those 40-minute timing, 42-minute timing when heroes probably going for runes or for bounties, and then you can go and smoke and try to take triangle. That's only openings for you if some
Right.
good team plays against you, but they just split very randomly, so you always have openings. Like you can always go smoke up into triangle and get rid of them because we just showing on shrine with 2 heroes hitting it, so you know that you can go here, for example,
Yeah, yeah.
and get rid of enemy wards instantly and take control of this area. But it's hard to hold control of this area because there is no more shrines, so you can't really play from buybacks, which is also important to understand when you can do it, when you cannot do it. We're probably gonna wait Roshan to play safe. Okay, 4 bounties for them, as you can see, 120 each. It's fucking lots of gold. It's 480, it's almost 500 each, and it's 2.5k gold
Yeah.
just from bounties.
Yeah, it's a shit ton.
They have 10k lead.
Well, we get the Legion's kill.
12k.
Yeah, it's
He's
like
being
40-minute
greedy.
opening because heroes leaving to get bounties. You instantly can attack them.
Thinks he's strong.
How you can also use bounty timings is, for example, when you control 2 lanes and you want to push high ground, but you're afraid, you can do it at bounty timing because usually some heroes gonna leave to bounties,
Right,
and
right.
then you can just enter this 5
Gold pill.
with smoke. Hmm? Sorry?
Yeah, you can go to times. I think we're always late.
Yeah, we missed the Dark Roll.
Radiant are scanning.
Let me try to get more
That's
kills.
very strong. Yeah, it's very smart and very good idea. And you found some issues good. And you go to shrine. Issue is a very important one. It opens you Roshan. Now you're going for Rosh, but it's daytime. It's a little bit risky. If they use smoke and move fast, it seems like you're afraid. So it's pretty smart that you're not doing that, I think. It would be all inish for you and they would use sleep.
Yeah.
But they're also very slow. If you would know they're so slow, maybe you would do it. I don't know why they are so slow.
I just don't think we take it fast enough and
42 Rio runes, also very important to control, because sometimes it can be game changing.
Oh yeah,
Depends on your heroes. But if you get DD on Jagger, you can smoke up and go fight. Stuff like this. Like,
no doubt.
important. From 40 minutes to control both sides. To try to at least. That's why when you're losing, it's very hard to play because you're losing control of river. Like if you're losing, you're getting like here. So it's good to have some rune wars after minute 40, at least on one side.
This fight is actually good.
That was a very good fight for you. Or not.
Except when Phoenix comes in.
Still very good. Because they have stronger team fights, so it was like the best you could get. You get 3 LC kill. So how they attack not together, I can do it much better, but anyway. Like, so this is the point, front laner going in, giving some vision, but he's divided from his team.
Then he
He's
goes
using his BKB and Void Mail, and you get free kill. And look at this guy, he's also getting very low from OD ulti. So they could play it much better, obviously, and it would be much harder for you. But overall, it went very good for you. You got 3 kills on 2 cores and lost 3 heroes, 3 for 3. So in this situation, it's good. And now you know they have all spells on cooldown, so maybe you can do more things with Night Stalker. Nighttime, maybe not. Half damage, vision.
And they get double rune.
Yeah, OD gets caught, unfortunately.
Does he die here? Yeah, it does. Right?
That's big.
다이어의 상부 포탑이 공격받고 있습니다. 다이어 중부 벽면이 다이어의 상부 다이어의 공격받고 있습니다.
And then he gets go again with Phoenix, and there's the game.
Yeah, it's very hard for you. It's only getting
Actually,
harder
it's
with levels on Phoenix, with new talents, with items. You have Glimmer,
Yeah.
Spirit Vessel getting Shields. It's only gonna get harder. It's very hard game for you to do stuff. But from my point of view, it's very, very much connected to draft. Very much.
Okay.
Okay. What would you? Well, I guess it's hard to go back and look at the draft, but what heroes do you like? What heroes do you like other than like position 4 and position 5? What kind of supports do you like playing now?
Oh, first of all, for about first picking Night Stalker, I'm not really sure. I think first pick, like you open in first place heroes, either you can flex them, like heroes like Lina can go 2 positions, or Kunkka can go 3 positions, or someone, or you pick heroes who are really broken in current meta, or really imbalanced, or really strong. I'm not sure about Night Stalker if he's that broken. I can see he's very strong. He was strong last patch, maybe not so strong this patch. But when you open him, you need to have an idea or a strategy, or you need to cover his weaknesses, because his weaknesses,
Yeah.
Yeah, and here we
yeah,
picked him, and then his weaknesses got exploited really against Dark Equivalent Phoenix.
yeah.
It's just a hard time.
And he could even get more punished on lane. Like usually, Night Stalker is not a strong laner for
Mm-hmm.
offlane. But Lina is good. I like Lina. If you pick Lina field, I think you should try to get either more front laners as a course, or fatty position 5 like Undying or Trend Protector, something like this. I can see very strong nowadays. If you get Leech, you need to make sure. Like I don't really, I'm not really sure about this hero overall. Like I don't see him much, so I can't know if he's very strong or very weak or whatever.
Yeah, we
But
also didn't have
the
any
balance in this,
catch.
like I said, they to me they look similar in
Sure.
some point.
Yeah,
They're
I
doing the same
understand.
job in some way, and when none of them can do moves at some point, because they're not like, they have no catch or anything like that. In
Mm-hmm.
some, like only middle range catch on Leech, and Lina need to somehow aim his stun before L, or even not by an L, by an lens and position 4 and stuff like this. So it's hard. And yeah, good thing about Lina, he's lane shove and burst. Like I said, I think it's very good if you have burst heroes in your draft. Like here you have OD, it's a burst because of ulti on agility strange heroes. You have Jagger who have Creed, ulti, it's a burst for me. And Lina is a
Yeah.
burst, so you have a lot of burst, which is good. Another point about draft, you need to, like I said, if you pick Lich Lina, you need to have at least maybe even 2 more front laners. So your carry need to be a front laner.
Mm-hmm.
Jagger is 50-50 front laner. And then your mid laner should probably be some DK or Kunkka or some guy like that, because you have Lich Lina. And yeah, so as more you can get fatties, is better for you if your draft not getting countered. So
Sure.
let's say you can't have like 4 strange hero and then you're gonna get OD'd or Timber Sold. You know, you're gonna get owned by these heroes. And yeah, you need to have more lane shove. It will be easier game for you if possible. What else can I say? More disables and catch, because here you have Astral, which is
Mm.
kind of disabled, but at the same time, it's hard to gank with Astral or kill people because you're just setting up for enemy to react. You don't kill that fast with Astral. You have Void, which is not a disable, it's just mini stun. You have Lina stun, which you need to aim. Okay, with OD you can combine it, with Night Stalker Void you can combine it, but anyway, it's hard. And then you have Leech and nothing else. So you need to have more disables, it will be easier for you to play, if possible. Like I said, you can do anything you want in the game. Dota allows you to do anything. You can even all in some push strats. You can do whatever you want. But it's always good if your draft is balanced and you have everything,
Yeah, yeah.
if possible. That's why some heroes are stronger than others in Dota, and nothing you can do about it. Like for example, Kunkka. He have catch. He's tanky. He can be front lane. He never lose lane. He give you team fight. He have buff from bolt. He have X mark for catch. Okay, I came to catch a game, and he have lane shove at some point. So this hero like
Yeah.
give you so much. That's why it's so rated in the game, and that's why it have such big win rate. Like it's just an example. So yeah, it's up to what you guys play. I can't really give like big advices on heroes. It depends on you, what you guys like, what heroes you play. You can build your drafts according to that in some point. But I just called some points that you need to think of when you're drafting, like or prepare some more things on that. Also, you need to think about synergy between your heroes, not only about counters on heroes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's helpful. Do you want to watch another one, a different one,
Um,
if you have time?
I'm a little bit tired of talking. I guess maybe we
No,
can
that's fine.
do same thing, but in not today.
Okay, that sounds
No,
good.
I
It's
really
it's
appreciate you.
3 a.m. here, and
Yeah,
I
That's
could
a
do
lot
more,
of
but I
good.
was talking all the time, so my throat. I'm not used to talking so much,
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
gotcha.
We had a lot to. There's a lot to talk about and think about too. So it's good.
Yeah, no problem. I was
Thank you.
It was fun at some point. Hope it was useful.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely, it
very
was
useful.
100% useful.
Yeah, I think we can
Okay,
talk about it with
Yeah.
other teammates. So
okay, then I'll go take some break my
okay.
way.
All
Soon
right.
See
gonna
ya.
go bed.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
and
Thanks so
see you
much,
later.
Dendi. You're the best.
Oh no, no, don't lie. Have fun, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks.